people in Kentucky, they're only now beginning to fully take in the reality of Friday's storms. One of those storms that produced an EF4 tornado through the small town of London, Kentucky. State officials say 19 people were killed, with 17 of those deaths coming from London and the surrounding county of Laurel. Neighborhoods, they were also left unrecognizable, with homes and businesses destroyed. Our Chelsea Torres, she's been in London covering the devastation as people deal with an extraordinary amount of property damage, while some are also grappling with the loss of loved ones.
My heart just honestly is broke, because this was their stuff. Even though we were told there's nothing left, there was nothing left. Nothing. Like none of their family pictures, none of our grandbabies' pictures, which was their great-grandkids, their grandchildren, none of those pictures were here. They were all gone.
And that was Amanda Radford talking about the loss of both of her parents. Their names, Richard and Wanda. Amanda's joining us this morning. Amanda, thank you for taking the time. We're so sorry for your loss. It's really hard to imagine what the past couple of days have been like for you. That soundbite that we ran, where you were talking to Chelsea, looking for your parents' belongings, wondering if you were able to find anything, what the status of that debris cleanup and just discovery has yielded for you.
Yes, we actually have been able to uncover, photos. There's also been photos found in Hazard and Knott County, from what I've found on Facebook, that people's recovered as well, that we've been able to get in contact with and actually get those. So their stuff has traveled many miles.
And I know when we look at what devastation London has endured, belongings become such an important facet of remembering our loved ones. Your parents, Richard and Wanda, from what I understand, they moved to Kentucky just a couple of years ago. They moved to be closer to y'all, right? I imagine they loved being closer to their...
So they've lived in Kentucky. They actually lived in Louisville.
Okay.
And then when they moved down here, they actually had moved to Keavy area, and then they moved to Sunshine Hills just under 2 years ago to be closer to... They said they wanted to be closer to their grandkids, and me and my family actually lived like 2.5 minutes from their house. We actually lived on Philpott Road.
Okay, and so being so close to their home, and I mean now 2.5 minutes, this tornado did bring some widespread damage. How was your home in this storm?
And we could feel it. We got some debris and just some, garbage and stuff like that. We didn't really get a lot of family photos or anything of that from the people on our road. We got some tree damage, but other than that, our house was good. We could just feel it and hear it as it went over.
Yeah, and when you went ultimately to your parents' neighborhood and you saw the devastation, what went through your mind? This tornado, I'm sure you've heard, it was recently upgraded just yesterday to an EF4, winds estimated to be 170 miles an hour, but some of those homes unrecognizable.
Yes. I'll be honest with you, it's still shocking. It's still very overwhelming. As you know, last night they evacuated everybody in the area, so we had to leave our home again last night. But just to come through, it's chilling. There's no words for it at all.
Your parents, of the 19 fatalities in the state, Richard and Wanda, are two of those deaths. And we often look at these storms, we see the dangers that they pose. Now that you're having to deal with this cleanup and also remembering them, tell us about your parents, how you're going to remember them.
Me and my children will remember them as they were. They were fun. They loved everybody. It did not matter who you were. If you came to them, they loved you. They seen no stranger. The stories that we've heard over the past few weeks, just where they went to some award ceremonies with our children, has been unreal. They were not my blood parents, but they adopted me and my family, and they were the best. And they were with the DAV. Grammy was a state chaplain, and Grampy was also big in the DAV. He's an actual Marine, and I just want people to remember them for how they loved. They loved with unconditional love, and honestly, I've never met another couple who's loved like they have.
I know, dealing with the tragic nature of these deaths, flashing a couple of pictures up from what I understand, they also enjoy dressing up as Santa Claus, Miss Claus, right? They would do that every single year. I'm sure
Yeah.
the grandkids love that.
Yes. Yes. Grammy and Grampy loved children, and they loved to be Santa Claus because that always brought joy. And anytime they entered the room in their Santa outfits, because they did a lot of outreach with that, they never charged anybody for anything. And they always wanted kids just to enjoy it. It did not matter how many times the kids jumped in their lap or whatever, they would still just love on them as typical Mr. and Mrs. Claus should be. And they were always fun with them. And typically kids were not scared. The picture you see of Grampy, that's actually my grandbaby that he's holding. And he just wanted him to be comfortable being with Santa. So he would often dress up because my grandbaby stayed with him every single day. So he would dress up just so he would be comfortable with him. He's 2 now.
Well, hang on to those memories, as I know you will, and good to hear that you have been able to hear of some of their belongings that were discovered elsewhere and then finding them amongst the debris, as it's been days of this cleanup. We're thinking about you and your family. Amanda Radford, thanks for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.